There was one more thing that I think we could end out with. Brantley actually sent me a DM this week. What was your question again, Brantley?
I asked you like, what's the first few steps to like how start a music career?
He has not started his music career yet. So he is earlier on in his race than any of us. So he was asking, man, where do I start? What do I do? Let's see what kind of wisdom we can drum up for him to end this call out.
Well, first, take some guitar lessons. Check. Brantley's my guitar student. He actually moseyed on over from my guitar school group. So he just kept asking me questions about the music industry. I'm like, bro, you want to get really ahead as a high schooler? Just be a fly on the wall. And so we're glad you're here. So check. Next, I guess you have to kind of figure out what lane you want to be in as far as like what what inspires you the most, like songwriting, like singing, performing. There's so many different avenues in the music space that like you could have a career in, but you have to almost just kind of explore and think about what interests you or piques your interest.
Yeah, Brantley, who are your idols or icons?
Don't
I have
say
a
Joey
lot.
Cobra. Don't say Joey Cobra.
I had sent a list.
Joey Cobra, that's your genre, your
Don't say
future
Joey
genre.
Cobra.
No.
I bet he'll say Lincoln Brewster. Lincoln Brewster.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Biased.
I mean, that right there could tell you some lanes that you could take right away. Brantley, do you like to sing?
Not really.
Okay. So that checks off, that gets rid
Yeah.
of artist path. Do you like to write music at all?
Kinda.
A little bit?
I
Okay.
played around with it a little.
Have you played around with producing music?
Yeah. Yep.
Does that sound exciting to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the world of, potentially starting your own business or like working on setting up tours or managing tours or promoting shows or being on a radio show or any of that stuff or, running a label like Joey and I do, does any of that stuff sound exciting to you?
Probably a label.
Okay. So amongst all those things now, there are certain lanes that you could be like, okay, music production could be cool. Well, if I really like to perform like a Lincoln Brewster, I probably need to get really good at guitar. So I should find a better teacher than Joey Cobra just
I
to
knew
be able.
that's where it was going. I knew that's where it was freaking going.
Any chance we can take just a subtle dig at it?
A little jab here and there.
uh, um, yeah, Joey's like, I know this is too good to be true. I know this won't be a compliment. Something's
Yeah,
going
I know.
on.
Where's the catch? There's a catch somewhere.
So, dude, you're already doing that. It's like master your instrument. He'll get you there. So stick with what he's doing there. It's like, okay, I've got an instrument that I can be the best at. How do I start learning how to maybe produce music now so that I can take my instrument and record it and maybe write a song or something to it? Start
Okay.
producing for other people. I'd probably start there if I were you.
All right.
And I wouldn't be concerned about trying to like release anything. If I were you, I'd just be trying to build skills. What can I do to try things out, build skills, get better at stuff?
Yeah, skills, experience. The thing is like the sooner you try to like make money off of something and not be focused on skills is when you're not gonna gain any skills. It's kind of this weird like conundrum that it's like if you're trying to make money right away, like you're not gonna learn as much as you would by just trying to be around people that are better than you. And the thing is like you have a lot of people, I'm looking at them in this call that are ahead of you that can speak into kind of what you're working on, and it's been great to have that. So you're definitely in the right place. I know. Speaking of the production stuff, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at some of those production calls that we've had. I think we've chatted about like different softwares to get you started on.
Yep.
Right. Have you found the software?
Yeah. Hang on, let me find it. I think it's
Are you on
called.
Logic?
No, I have
I think he's on Windows.
Windows. It's called Reaper.
Oh, okay.
If it's something that really interests you, this production stuff, try to save some money, find some odd jobs, maybe make some patches
I
for
was looking at
some
Ableton,
people.
but it's a little high right now.
But yeah, like either Ableton or even transfer over to like a Mac and use Logic or something like that. I know a lot of musicians use Macs or they're in the Mac world, but just something to think about.
Did you know only about 0.2% of Spotify artists make over $50,000 a year? And only about 0.1% of Spotify artists make over $100,000 a year? That's crazy, right? And believe it or not, we've been fortunate enough to be in the top 0.1% of Spotify artists for the past 5 years. We've generated over 500 million streams on our music. And now we teach artists exactly how we did it so that they can do it too. If you want a proven roadmap, weekly live calls, and a real network behind you, the Anthem Network is where you go to actually win. Get your 7-day free trial by clicking the link in the description below. We'll see you there.
I wouldn't be scared to jam with people. Like if you can sit in on an open mic night, that's kind of how I got started. Is I kind of ran before I could walk, and accept the fact that you're probably going to play some things that aren't going to sound great, just because you're getting going. But reps is kind of the thing that gets you where you're going. Have you heard of the 10,000 hours theory?
I haven't.
The idea is that to become a professional in anything, you have to put your 10,000 hours into it. 10,000 hours of practice, of training, of gigging, of whatever. And so I would say I can't remember if Joey or Jason said it, but you're in your race, but your race is to get your 10,000 hours. So whatever that angle is if it's with other people, if it's by yourself, if you're in the church world, I would say save up for Ableton, dig into that,
Right.
learn that really, really well. I've got buddies from Atlanta that play drums with me, and were great at Ableton, and now they're one of them is Sabrina Carpenter's Ableton guy. So knowing Ableton in that world goes a long way. And in that 10,000 hours, I found too, trying to become a Swiss Army knife, knowing a lot about a lot makes you a valuable thing in the work world, while we're not thinking about work right now. But the more you can, just the more knowledge, the adjacent little pockets of things related to what you've got, the more you know, the quicker your 10,000 hours get there.
You know, and that's a good point too. It's like, why are you guys all in the Anthem Network? It's not necessarily that Joey and I have one specific thing that we're doing really well, but we've got a good amount of knowledge just across the music business and artistry and everything in general. So there's a lot for everybody here, not just one particular person. So that whole Swiss Army knife concept can actually be pretty valuable. You know, it would be good to, again, find the thing that you're really excited about and go really deep on that. But while you're in this stage, you know, if you can also still build some other skills around that are relevant while you keep going really deep on that one skill, you know, like, again, you're gonna open up so many opportunities, dude. And I wouldn't be concerned about, again, like you said, trying to make money right now. If you just have fun, dude, pick something you love and enjoy, and you just do it over and over and over, and you get to those 10,000 hours, money will come. Money just comes. People will hire you for those skills along the way. Are you playing in church or anything?
Yep.
Fantastic. That's where I learned everything.
In my Atlanta world, Atlanta's very kind of contract heavy. So what I mean by that is, so I may be on a staff at a church, but it's kind of understood that like a Sunday evening, I would go play at Brownsbridge or this church, and that's just kind of how things work. And it's a paid thing, but it's also the hardest. And so, point in all of that is, I'm around a lot of young guys as well too, and nobody cares if you're young or you're green. I think it's about how you present yourself. If you are just kind of easy to be around with, and ask questions and are super humble about the environment that you're in, very rarely is somebody in that world not going to give you the time to help you with what you're looking at. So don't be afraid to ask questions. But also, if you're in an environment, Joey and Jason can agree with this. Be a good hang. Like you are not on stage more than you're on. So be a good hang. And if that all comes together, ask all the questions. And in the right environments, the idea is to hand off to the next generation.
I would argue that with our experience being on the road and stuff, 90% of it is being a good hang, and 10% of it is being good at your instrument. It's kind of crazy that, like, I've noticed from my perspective as a guitar player, people will choose instrumentalists or people who are better hangs, even if they're not like the best
Yeah.
at what they do. Like, you don't even have to be the best at what you do. If you're a good hang and you're easy to get along with on a 15-hour van ride, like, that means more than how proficient you are at your instrument.
That's why Anthem Worship never lets me tour with them anymore.
Yeah, because you bring your hard-boiled eggs in the van, dude. Like, get out of here.
So can you make a course on how to be a good hang? Or is
I
there
don't
no
think
course for that?
I don't think I can, Annie, but maybe Joey.
Can't
Step
learn it.
1, don't bring smelly food in the van or the bus. Courtesy 101 right there.
Before you head out, if that session gave you just one good idea, imagine what'll happen when you're actually in the room with us every week. That's what the Anthem Network is all about. Artists connecting, getting real-time feedback, and taking action together. You can join right now with a 7-day free trial and be part of the next live call for free. Don't just watch other artists grow with them. Click the link in the description and we'll see you on the next call.